All right, let's talk about something that's on pretty much everyone's mind, the 401k. We're going to break down that big nagging question. Are you actually on track for retirement?
Because, let's be real, this is the question, isn't it? It's that little voice that pops into your head when you're looking at your statement, thinking, am I doing enough? Am I okay? Or am I totally falling behind everyone else?
You know, the first thing I want you to hear, you're in good company. It is a completely normal question. We can't help but compare ourselves to other people when it comes to money. And that brings us to our first big idea here, what I like to call the comparison trap. This is that feeling you get when you see some headline about retirement savings, and it either makes you feel way too good, or, more likely, it just sends you into a spiral of anxiety.
So, who's the main villain in this story? It's the word average. We hear about the average 401k balance all the time, right? But honestly, it's such a tricky number. Money divided by the number of savers, which means a few super savers can pull that number way, way up.
Look at this. It's the perfect way to see the problem. Imagine you have 10 people. 9 of them have $5,000 saved up. But one person has $2 million. Well, the average is $100,000. That number tells you absolutely nothing useful about what's going on with the other 9 people.
And this is exactly why looking at the average can give you a totally warped picture of reality. We need a better tool, a better number to understand where most people actually are.
And that brings us to the hero of our story. What's so great about the median is how simple and honest it is. If you just line up every single saver from the smallest account to the largest, the median is the person standing right in the dead center. It's a much more real.
Here's the bottom line. The average is usually inflated, and frankly, it can be really misleading. The median, though, that gives you the true midpoint. It's the number that's way more relatable when you're trying to get a sense of where you stand. So from now on, whenever you see those, are they talking average or are they talking median?
Okay, so let's take this a step further. Because, just comparing your savings to everyone is one thing, but it's totally unfair to compare your 25-year-old self to a 55-year-old. Saving for retirement is a journey, not just a single snapshot in time.
I think a really helpful way to think about this is like growing a tree. In your 20s, you're just planting the seed. It's small. You're getting some serious momentum. Then you hit your peak growth years in your late 40s and 50s. And finally, you hit the home stretch as retirement gets closer. Every single stage is different, and that's okay.
So hey, if you're in your 20s, I'm talking to you. It is 100% normal to have a small balance. You're just getting started. Maybe you've hopped between a few jobs. The thing you have to remember is that your biggest, most powerful advantage isn't how much you're saving. It's time. You literally have decades on your side.
Then you get to your 40s and 50s. For most people, this is when you hit your peak earning years. And for a lot of us, this is the wake-up call moment. Suddenly, retirement doesn't feel like some far-off idea anymore. And that's a year. All right, so we've covered the whole where am I part. Now for the most important section. What can you actually do about it? Let's talk about some really simple, high-impact ways to grow your savings, no matter where you're starting from. So here are 4 things you can focus on. Absolutely non-negotiable. Get your full employer match. We'll talk more about that in a sec. Second, automate your progress. Just set your account to automatically increase your contribution by 1% every year. You will barely notice it, I promise, but your future self will be so grateful. Third, you gotta mind the fees. A tiny 1% fee can eat up almost time. It's crazy. Stick to low-cost funds. And fourth, just stay consistent. The market is going to go up and down. Your job is to ignore the noise and just keep putting money in. Don't panic sell. That's how you win.
Let's just double down. Not getting your full employer match is, well, it's literally turning down free money. This quote says it all. It's like someone offering you money and you just saying, no thanks, I'm good. You never do that, right? So please make sure you're contributing enough to get every single free dollar you're...
And if you ever wonder why starting early is such a big deal, it all comes down to the magic of compounding. Just think about this. Somebody who saves just $200 a month starting at age 25 can easily end up with more money than someone who starts saving 3 times that much. It just goes to show you that how long you save can be even more important than how much you save.
But what if you're listening to this? Okay, deep breath, don't panic. The IRS gets it, which is why they created something called catch-up contribution. They literally let you contribute extra money to your 401k each year to help you close that gap. So believe me, it is...
And all of this brings us to what I think is the most important mindset shift of all. You have to stop thinking of this as some kind of competition. You're not racing against anyone else. You're just trying to race.
I love this quote. It puts it perfectly. Retirement is not a race. It's like driving a long highway.
Everyone's journey is different. Cruise. Others get on later and have to speed up a bit. Your journey is yours, and that's it. Because that magic number that you need to retire, it's completely personal. It depends on what you'll get from Social Security, any other savings you might have. It's all based on your personal goals, not some number you saw in an article.
So after all that, after the averages and the medians and the different age groups, it really truly matters.
It all comes down to this. Are you making progress? Are you moving forward? Even if it feels slow, progress is progress. That's the only comparison that actually means anything. Are you in a better last year? That's the win.
Because at the end of the day, the goal isn't to beat your neighbor. The goal is to build a future for yourself where you feel secure, confident, and in control of your own life. And if you're taking steps toward that, no matter how small they feel, you're already winning.